Hey, Ryan. How you doing?
I'm good.
Team, come on, team with me. Team with me.
I don't do teens.
Boom. Hello, y'all. Welcome to the MyCrush podcast, season 2. I don't even know what episode we on. It don't even matter.
It
If
don't
you
matter.
watching, just keep on watching because I don't know what
Regardless.
episode this is.
It's a
But
vibe.
it's a vibe, yeah. So, thank y'all for coming back. Welcome back to us, me and Brian. I don't know if we say our names enough. This is Brian Foster. This is Charlene Foster. And we are crushing with the Fosters on Instagram and TikTok. Please find us and YouTube. But thank you for listening and welcome back. So today, what are we talking about today? You want me to tell you? I'm going to tell you. Unpopular opinions, the love edition. Who's right and who's wrong?
Oh, well, I'm going to just start right here and let you know that I'm always right. Oh, hold on. I know you don't like full qualifiers like that, saying always. I'm going to say I'm 90% right. 90% of the time.
All right. So, unpopular opinions, the love edition. Who's right and who's wrong? Now, again, thank y'all for joining us. We love hard, we laugh harder, and we disagree quite a bit. So in this one, I don't know how it's going to go, but there may be some disagreements. I don't know.
I don't argue.
I really don't know because we
facts.
We really don't talk about this before we get on here and talk to y'all. So I don't know what your opinion will be with some of these. So we're going to jump straight in. Okay. So we're going to start with numero uno, number one.
Hey.
What?
I got a question. Get your water ready.
Go.
Number one, it's like a 2-part question. Number one.
I don't like 2-part question.
Do you know what micro cheating is?
No, never. Is this on TikTok?
And
no. Go ahead.
And secondly, do you agree
Number
with
one,
it?
And secondly.
I was not an English or math major.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, so number one. So this Australian lady came up with the term back in
TikTok.
2017.
Go ahead.
She's a psychologist. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't remember her name, but 2017 she came up with the term called micro cheating.
Okay.
Basically what it is, and I'm not a psychologist by any means, but I think what it is like when you're on social media and you're kind of flirting with other people, like you're in the DMs. It should be very micro. That's why the word is micro, right? Just very light.
If you're in the DMs,
humor.
that ain't light, but go ahead.
I agree. But it's like, you're liking pictures and you're kind of saying little cute things, flirty things, but it doesn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
So do you agree with doing that behavior?
Cheating? Do I agree that it's cheating,
called
or do I agree with
micro-cheating.
the behavior?
Do you
What's your
agree
question?
with the behavior?
So that's kind of difficult for me to answer because I have two sides. What?
I'm gonna say the way you do that sometimes.
What?
Ooh. That's pretty sexy.
Oh, okay. So
go ahead.
The way that I so goofy out now. I'm like, when did I do that?
I threw y'all.
You did. So, do I agree with it? At my 47-year-old, becoming more confident in myself, I don't see the problem.
Okay.
If you were, I know things that you like, right? So if you scrolling down and you like a girl's picture, who cares?
Right.
Now, if you comment under that picture, because I know what you like, right? And you be like, "Oh, girl, look at that ass." That is a little different. I think you're crossing a bit of a respectful line. You ain't cheating, but the respect of your wife and such, when you think about people, would Obama be on TikTok doing that? Would Denzel,
the past president of the
come
United
with me
States.
now, would Denzel
70 something now, so
it don't matter. He wouldn't have done it when he was 40. He wouldn't have done it when he was 30 when he was married.
Okay.
So the character of the person indicates, now let me go somewhere else with you.
Okay, come on.
You're very much that same character, so you don't do that.
Correct.
And it's not that you don't think about it. It's not that you don't look at it. It is that you respect me, so I think it is a respect thing. Same for me. I respect you enough to not be commenting and liking other dudes. That don't mean I don't find them sexy.
Right.
That don't mean I'm like, whoo, that he is hot. But I don't see the point in doing that if I'm not single and flirting or looking for something.
Okay. I get it. It blurs a line. It definitely blurs a line. I think,
wrong with it.
Us being married for so long, being together for so long, we have matured in a lot of ways. We're still immature in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay, so just imagine me liking
because I don't think
somebody's picture.
I don't think I'll be jealous about it if you did it, because I know exactly what you like. And so I don't think there's no difference, right? You see something and you come back and say, "Ooh, you know what I saw?" And you saw, what's his name, Mufasa, doing the Jennifer Hudson thing over and over again. I know it ain't your thing, but you was kind of liking it.
No, I like it was cute what he was doing.
Sure.
Aaron Pierre, he's very cute.
Aaron Pierre, yes.
But he ain't my type. So you got to give me somebody else.
I understand. But my point, if you can speak about it with me, why can't you comment on it?
Well, because
it's not like you're hiding it.
This is not the topic.
I know, it's a good question though.
Speaking on it with you, to me, is a different thing than speaking on it on social media to that person.
Okay.
I'm not trying to. It's nothing wrong with building a person up, but to flirt in a way to build a person up, that's a little different than me coming to you and being like, "Oh, ain't he cute?" Right?
Yeah.
That's a little different than me under his picture saying, "Woo wee, you sexy."
But if you tag me and they say, "Look what he doing," I don't know how
that would be weird.
That's weird. Okay.
But I think it's to each his own. Some people would say, "I'm so confident, I don't care what this person does," and maybe you are, and that's awesome. It's just,
I think it crosses a line. I mean, as we see her talking about it, I think it just kind of crosses a line a little bit.
Right? Because
you probably don't want to introduce that into your relationship.
You don't want to go down and see I didn't like 50 pictures of all these dudes.
The likes, I don't care. The comment, I think I agree with you. It's the commenting on hearts, and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you good?
Yeah. For right now, I got this. Has sparked up a few more items in my head.
Save them.
It'll come later.
Next time. Okay. So back to unpopular opinions, the love edition.
Topics.
So, first one. Okay. Splitting the bill on the first date. I don't think this used to be a big thing, a big deal, a big thought long time ago. I feel like we a little older than I think sometimes.
Yeah,
but
old.
Splitting the bill on the first date, is it fair?
How old are you?
Or is it, I'm 47.
Damn.
We're both 47. You'll be 48 you'll be 48 in 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So splitting the bill on the first date, is it fair? Or is it a red flag?
Okay.
So, I'll let you go first because I'm finna cough and I'm finna drink this water. So you tell me first and then I'll talk.
So what's your question? Oh, you can't ask. All right, splitting the check on the first date.
Yes.
So
how do you think it should go?
So we grew up in the 1900s. Back in the 1900s,
oh my God.
It was the man's. I'm gonna say job, but it was out of respect. It was his deal, especially if he asked the question, right? Hey, do you want to go out on a date? If you're courting, it's like if I ask, I'm paying.
Courting.
Hey, 1900s. So if I'm asking, I'm paying for it. Simple as that.
Right.
Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want you to finish before I go into my thought on the answer.
As time has progressed, right, even in our relationship, it doesn't really matter that much because we share the same bank account, so it's not a deal.
Yeah.
But like once you get past the first date, I do feel the ladies should contribute some. I'm not saying it should be 50-50, but just sometimes if we're just dating, I mean, we just keep dating and we keep dating. It's 3 years. We're still dating. I'm paying for every date.
Right.
It's a little unfair to me.
Yeah.
But then also that's going to come with some expectations afterwards too. But go ahead. I'll let you go.
So for me, I think I've always felt the same way. I don't think time has changed it. I never felt like the man or the prominent figure in the relationship should pay for the date. I feel like whoever asked the person to go on the date should pay for the date. So if we were dating, even in the 1900s, and I said, "Hey, Brian, you want to go to the movies?" then I need to be paying for your movie. Whether I'm the woman, man, it doesn't matter. I asked you on a date. It makes no sense in my head for me to say, "Hey, let's do this," and then expect you to pay for it. That has never made sense to me.
That doesn't make sense. There are some people that do.
It's an expectation.
Period.
And that's not. So
it's not fair.
It's not fair. So the fair or red flag to me.
That's a red
flag. If you ask me on a date, in your mind, I'm supposed to pay for it. That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Because who are you? Number one, we're just dating.
Right.
We're just dating. So, hey, as long as we're dating, we're just dating. So who are you to assume that I'm going to take care of everything? Who are you to assume that I am supposed to pay for all this? Now, you got to get to the point if you're dating for a long time. Just say one person makes a whole lot more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be a conversation had.
Right. Yeah.
It can be like,
it's
I
a
really
different
want
topic
to
at that
do
point.
this.
Right.
Can you hold me down for like this date? Is that cool? But it needs to be clear.
But that was a mature
not just
conversation. And I think sometimes what we have right now is a lot of immaturity that happens in relationships.
Ooh, did he just offend somebody?
I probably did. Sorry. But it's a lot of immaturity. What did he say?
The mic. He said you
tell this Negro I'm in the mic.
Closer to the mic. Move it closer to you.
I can't get no closer. Oh my gosh, all up in my ear. Now what was I talking about? I have been, oh my gosh, rewind.
That was so weird. So dates and expectations, immaturity. I said you offended somebody. You see it.
Okay, probably did. And probably did offend you.
Yeah.
But yes, there's a lot of immaturity in relationships.
Yeah. It's an immaturity in our relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of immature expectations in relationships.
Yes,
too.
yes.
So when it comes to paying for dates,
yeah,
the expectation from some people, immature people, is like, yeah, you're gonna pay for every date. Yeah. It is what it is. Also, the immature thing is the response to the person saying, you're gonna pay for every date.
What do you mean?
Well, what do I get out of it?
Oh, right.
So when we go home, we ain't just gonna.
And see, I've never believed in that either.
Right.
If I go out with you, that don't mean I need to have sex with you.
So does immaturity beget immaturity?
I don't need to do any of that because I went out with you. That's not something that is owed to you because we had dinner.
So
when I say my woman, man, whoever is in that headspace, my body does not equate to a meal.
Correct.
You fed me, and I'm supposed to have sex with you, child. Bye. This is why I would be single.
But if
we never got married.
To a point.
Yes.
Right. It's not equal, but to some people's pockets, that is all they have. That is who they are. Wrong or right, indifferent or whatever it may be, it means a lot to them. So therefore, if an expectation is put on them, why can't the expectation be put back on you?
Not it doesn't have to
be your sexual
maybe
thing,
something
but
else.
It's something else. Wouldn't that make it fair at that point?
Time or something again.
Well, then you can't. Once the immature expectation has started, wouldn't the mature thing to do is continue the immaturity?
What? That didn't even make no sense.
It makes sense. Go deep with me. So if you're immature in your expectations and I give you that thing, and I didn't want to, but I gave it to you. I paid for this $200 meal and I only have $201 in the bank account.
Oh, right there. You need to stop because you shouldn't have been in the restaurant. Should have been at the Wendy's.
It was Wendy's. I had to pay for all your kids.
That's a whole different. Because
you wanted the big meal.
Well, that still would be like $20-$30.
Not today.
Anyway, but no, I don't.
But so therefore, that was an immature expectation. So why can't I meet your immature expectation with another immature expectation? Now I know they say 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Right. So you just answered that. So 2 wrongs don't make it right. There's nothing you can do to make me agree that
I'm not trying to make you agree.
You paid for a steak,
devil's advocate.
Let's have some sex. Like, no.
I didn't say sex. I'm saying expectation.
What's another expectation then? Because that's the normal one. Like, I paid
rub
for
my
dinner.
feet.
Oh, well, okay.
On the first date.
Well, that's different.
And I got corns.
Who cares?
And I've been working in the fields all day, and I didn't wash my feet.
He been in the fields all day. We really we done went back in the 1800s. But expectations, dates, like that's getting into another subject. But
no, it's not. Same subject.
I mean, on the expectations, that could be a whole thing on learning how to set expectations differently from the beginning, not waiting. And we just watched something where the person said, "Stop sending your representative on your dates." No, they didn't say that. Mm-hmm. They said, "Who shows up for the first date? Your representative."
Okay,
it's never the real person. Stop sending your representative on the date. Like, be yourself, be you. And with that, maybe set some expectations in a very cute way. It don't have to be, well, before we go on this date, we need to talk about expectations. Like, no. Why I don't know. Shoot, that's a hard one.
That's a hard one. I think
that's a hard one.
We should pin that. And that can be a topic by itself because I got some different thoughts on expectations. And
okay.
Yeah.
So
but,
what?
But when it pertains to paying for the date.
Yes.
Based on your question, we're just talking about the first date. or just date in general?
Date in general. So whoever asks, that's who should pay. And if you can't pay, but you want to do something because maybe the other person makes so much more money, then it becomes a discussion of like, hey, babes, is it okay? Can we go do this? But I don't have the money right now. But I really want to do it. So,
or
conversation. What?
Come up with creative ways to find inexpensive dates.
Right, like we doing now.
100%.
Life is life. And so anyway,
now,
one thing.
I do have a study for you.
What?
Gen Zers.
Okay.
It's a study. Came out in 2024. Look it up.
On TikTok.
Brainiac. No, it's not.
Okay.
Stop saying TikTok. I have more information than TikTok. They don't mind splitting the bill.
So that's what that was. We're gonna have to do this real quick because this is going longer than it's supposed to. So one thing the producer is not gonna get on camera, but I want his opinion. Producer, if you don't know, if you ain't watched it, is our 24-year-old son, Devin Foster. Hey, Devin.
Ain't you a Gen Z?
And so we talk about this later. So I want his opinion on each thing we talk about just to see if there's a difference in generational thing. So real quick, what's your opinion? And if y'all don't hear it, I'm gonna repeat it. Go. Splitting the bill on the first date. Should you do it or should one person pay for it? What's your thought on that? Okay. So he just said automatically he goes in thinking that they're going to split it. But it would be nice if the person that asked actually paid for it. So that blow my mind because I'm not finna go. Why am I going in today thinking we splitting it? If you ask
if
me,
you ask, you paying.
Why would I even assume that? But that's generational.
That's true.
Difference because that's how we grew up. Thank you.
And I'm trying not to go into the second, third, and fourth, and fifth dates because if we're just talking about the first date, yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. But if we're going into the second, third, fourth, and fifth dates, if we're going with that same thought, and you never ask me out, but I want to go out with you,
again, that's a conversation.
You're always stuck with paying.
Right.
If it's always the person that asks.
Maybe the other person like, we can go to the park. So.
Yeah.
And I gotta say this
who gonna
real
drive?
quick. This
not even supposed
to be a
part
part
of. You
of.
gonna get an Uber?
But this is a side note for everybody watching, baby. Listen to me. This don't have nothing to do with dating. Don't have nothing to do with relationships. If we are a friend group and we go out to eat together, and it's 10 of us, and I orders me an appetizer and a drink. And you get an appetizer and a drink and a dessert and a meal. At the end, when they bring that bill, don't be talking about splitting it 10 ways. Like, for why? Who? What? No. We ain't doing that. I know I think that's a generational thing, too.
It is.
But
listen, she was born in the 1900s.
Why? Why am I going to pay $50, $60, $70 for my drink and appetizer? Because I did it on purpose. Maybe I'm on a budget. I don't know. Because you ordered everything you wanted off the menu. That ain't how that works. Okay.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes I eat light and I go in just with a salad. And then I'm sitting here looking at you with a steak and you don't got a Grand Marnier and you don't order the bottle and then you having a good time. And then
you're going to say, at the end, let's split.
No. We go in and set expectations.
$60 each person.
Mine was $10.99.
I would lay my $20 on the table. I ain't had cash.
Right, I get right.
I will. Cash after you $20 and be out because I'm not paying for your excitement.
I don't do that. 1900s, baby.
Yeah.
Millennials.
What's millennials? That split it automatically. I know. I saw it on social media. That was social media. Well, you see that a lot, and I'm just like, no.
I take care of my portion and my portion only.
Right, because why? Okay. So number 2.
So that wasn't really a debate.
It wasn't. We kind of agreed.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2. Is it a problem if you do not post me on your social media? Ooh. Okay.
How long we been in it?
So that was what I was going to say. For me, I don't know. It's so many caveats. Number 1, social media is such a big deal now. I think it adds a whole nother stress to relationships that is not needed. But it's too many caveats for me. If we just started dating, absolutely not. What are you posting me for? No, I'm not finna post you. You're not finna post me. We're dating.
Okay.
And with some people, dating means I might be dating you and I might be dating somebody else.
Right.
We had to make that, agreement. So I'm not finna be posting people on my social media. A real relationship where we start talking about, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you too. We're gonna get married. Growing up in the 1900s without social media, I still don't think I would have that expectation because to me that means nothing. Social media can be just as fake as you want it to be. So just because you post me doesn't mean that solidifies your feelings for me. You could be posting me and still have another chick that knows that you're posting me.
True.
And you going to see her after you see me.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't even think it's about that. I think it's announcing it.
Announcing what?
The fact that we're together, right? So what is that called? That's called Devin, you might be able to help me with this. Soft launching.
Soft launching your relationship?
Yes.
That's a thing?
That is a thing.
I can't take it.
You soft launch the relationship. And it's social media that does it.
That means you post your boo on social media and that's a soft launch?
I believe so. I don't.
What the hell, y'all?
Right, just showing a hand or something. Something that say, hey,
I ain't do my research.
That you're slowly getting into this relationship. And then when it blossoms, I guess it becomes a hard lunch.
Why
and
do
say,
we care?
We're together.
Why we care? So the hard lunch is when you post a picture? Whoa.
So
that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much extra thought into the relationship.
Yeah, it can be too much. But when we were dating, we didn't have social media. So
we also didn't announce that we were dating.
We did.
No, we didn't.
I
People
took you to
just
church.
saw us. Look,
We would hold. What did we do?
baby.
Holding hands at school.
Look at what we did in 1900s.
We paged each other. I mean, there were certain things that we did. I used to leave notes, and we used to leave notes on each other's car in college.
Oh my gosh, 5683. If you know what that means, you was born in the 1900s, baby. When you page what 45683 968. I think.
Yeah.
Why do I remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway,
but we
Google it.
But we used to do things to, I took you around my family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But now it's social media. That's the easiest way. I think back when MySpace came out, didn't MySpace have the top 8?
I don't know.
But it was like a circle, right? And if you made it up to my top 8, you kind of knew.
Oh my goodness.
Who was in my circle, right? So if that was my boo kind of moved up there, that was an identifier. Facebook did the same thing. If you change your relationship status, that became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That trend continued on into all social media platforms. Until now you have this soft launch, and now you got hard launch, and you're actually announcing these things to the world.
That's too much. It's like a business. You do a soft lunch for a restaurant. You do the hard lunch for a restaurant. When I'm talking about a relationship, I don't have time to think about that. Okay, I'm 47. I got to remember that.
Damn.
Different generation. Because for me, and this is why, if this man leave me, I'm just gonna be single. I don't have time for all that. That's too much to think about. A relationship is enough
How is it
work
too much
in
to think
itself
about?
For me to then think about,
you don't have to...
when do I do the soft lunch? Should we put our hands around the cup together and take a picture? I mean, who?
When did you become British?
But it's like too heavy, too much for something that already, if you're going to be in a serious relationship, if you eventually get married, it has enough of its own stuff.
I agree. I think it carries weight that it shouldn't carry.
I
think if you're doing it for fun, which I believe all of this started as fun, lightheart, but now it becomes a requirement. That's where the fun takes out of it, right? Because back in the day, it was like, who's gonna say I love you first? And we'd be on pins and needles, like, well, I'm not gonna say it. Is she gonna say it? Okay, then you all nervous about saying it. Now I have nervousness about if they're gonna post me on social media or not. And if I see my hand in a picture, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's official, right?
You're dating.
It's out. Hey, it's just what the millennials and Gen Zers do now.
That's interesting.
That's
interesting. So to me,
it's our fault. We introduced the technology, right? We build the technology. We create this environment where this is what we have now.
Become very popular.
Yeah.
So for me, I think the question becomes, just say I was younger and I was dating.
Mm-hmm.
The way I think, it's like, okay, if you don't post me, if there's no soft launch or hard launch of me, is it because you're secretive and you're trying to hide me? Or are you just a private person? Because some people are just private.
Right.
I can't think of who it is, but celebrity is somebody who literally never talks about their wife, never posts their wife, but loves their wife to death and is extremely faithful. So one doesn't have to do with the other. I think nowadays people kind of put one to mean, they put them together to mean something. So I can't necessarily be private anymore. Because then you'll feel like, well, why you don't want the world to see me with you?
Pressure. Wait.
Maybe I just don't, because I'm just a private person.
Well, if you're private, you don't post your acting gigs. If you're private, you don't post you out at the club with your girls. If you're private, you don't post you going to
that's not the same.
the islands. If you're private, you're not posting yourself dancing in a bikini. If you're private, you're not showing your family on social media. But if I see all of that,
right,
and I don't see me, I might have a little problem. I'm a person that don't post anything.
Right.
So therefore, I have a little way out, because like I don't post anything, so I don't post you either.
Right, that's private.
Yeah.
You are a private person. But if I see, just say somebody post, they got a dog, and they love their dog very much, and they post a picture of their doggy, and we've been in a relationship for a while, and you don't post a picture of me, that will make me feel like, oh, so I'm a secret, because you're not really private, like.
Right, you're semi-private.
Right, and that's a hard one. That's a hard one, because it just depends on the person. Man, listen,
social media
you gotta have
embedded its way into relationship now.
The amount of trust you gotta have in a relationship now, because of social media, is astronomical. Like, you should always have.
No, is it more? Do you have to have more trust now?
Yes. Because, in this situation, let's just use this situation. If you're not posting me and you say, well, it's because I'm private, I gotta trust that.
Well, same thing, right? You never took me around your family. I gotta trust that you don't have no other boo,
right?
That you're taking around your family. I mean, it's like the same thing.
It just depends on so much stuff.
It's just broader now. I mean, you have a wider reach.
Stressful,
because of social media can reach a lot more people in different countries, and it's global.
Yes.
So I can have a girlfriend in Thailand.
You can,
and you'll probably never know it,
right? Because you're not posting me on social media. Ooh. Okay, so Gen Zer producer, what is your thought on that? Is it a problem if you had a boo and they weren't posting you on social media?
They don't do a soft lunch.
He said, it's not a problem overall, unless, like he said, it's not a problem if they're a private person. But if he sees that they posted previous relationships and then aren't posting him, then that's more of a question. Ooh, but dare I say, if that person says those people didn't really mean anything to me, and so I didn't care about posting them.
Ooh,
I was just posting. It's like me posting my friends. Don't go too deep,
because I got some stuff with that. Don't go too deep.
But I'm kind of.
Don't go too deep.
I'm in love with you. And that one I'm trying to keep closer to my heart. Anyway.
Ooh, okay. That's symbol.
Is that another podcast?
That is, because that's symbolic, right? You ever watch those TV? I ain't gonna don't go deep. I'm just gonna speak and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Haven't you ever seen shows like relationship shows?
Mm-hmm.
And
you make me watch them with
maybe this woman or man is very, what you say? I didn't even hear. I need my headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even hear you. Maybe they have sex a lot. They're promiscuous, right? Okay. Always having sex. But when they find the one, they don't have sex with that person because they're trying to save something. They want to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's symbolic to what you were kind of
similar.
Yeah, very similar to what you were saying there. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I like the path that you were going down because it gives us a lot to talk about.
Gotcha. Okay, we're gonna pin that one. That's pin number 2.
Pin number 2. Somebody writing this down.
Yeah, we can just go back and watch the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. So look, if you're watching, we got one more, but I need you to comment. Like I meant to tell you this on the first one. After each one, I want you to comment what your thoughts are. Like, how do you handle in your relationships, or what's your thoughts on it? Just period, because we're curious to see what everybody thinks about this stuff. So
I need to know if you were born in the 1900s.
Oh yeah, and we need to know, like, again, what generation you are. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3. Should your boo have your passwords? And when I say passwords, it could be phone, I don't know, some big computer, whatever. We'll stick with phone because that's the that's the primary one now, right? Should your boo have your passwords? That goes back into the trust thing. Now, I mean, we skip some. Anyway, should your boo have your passwords? So, now at my mature 47-year-old self, no, unless you want them to. I mean, it's your choice. But no, for what? What do you need to get in my passwords for? Now, the answer to the for what? You married. We've been married for 100 years. Emergencies. Maybe you need to get in and see something. Maybe I done fell out. Maybe this, maybe that. I could see that reason. But if it's because you don't trust me, no. If it's because you're trying to look at my phone to see, don't push it too far because the producer is going to yell at you. If it's because you're so silly, please don't sit like that. That was weird. If it's
I'm not touching this one.
If it's because you don't trust me, then no, you don't need the password for that. You need to work on yourself and figure out if you're with the right person. If it's because I don't know. So answer is no. In my 47-year-old self, when I was younger, it would have been like, well, yeah, because I want to. Why wouldn't you want to share it with me? What are you trying to hide? And that's the difference in the confidence level.
Once again, this is a generational thing, right? So for us 1900ers,
just say Gen
X. We can close our doors when we were growing up.
Amen to the amen.
We didn't have privacy.
We did not with parents.
So we now see privacy as is my thing. Mm-hmm. I'm a grown ass man, so therefore I can have my privacy. So no, you can't have my password. And it's not that I'm hiding anything from you. I just want my privacy. I didn't grow up having it, so now I do have it. I don't know how the other generations feel because Devin grew up being able to close his door, which I never understood.
Yeah, he keep it closed, but he still keep it closed.
Yep, don't understand that. Still like, be closed. How you close a door?
He'll be home by himself and had a door closed. Privacy, woo. And that's not just him. I've talked to other people.
It's a lot. A lot of people do that.
Same age, young adults living with them, and they're like they just sit in their room and they don't be closed,
close the door.
And it don't make no sense. But it's difference in the way we grew up.
Correct.
Because we never stopped that. We never said, you better have this door open. Ain't nothing you can be doing behind that closed door.
I wanted to, but that was parenting. That was different parenting styles.
I don't remember us ever having that.
We never had the argument.
Right. We ain't never talk about that.
Anyway. But, so your question was, should you have the password?
Yes.
My answer to that is no.
Unless.
But could you? Yes.
Yes.
Right.
If you're reasoning.
To be honest with you, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's conflicting.
Yes. Tell us the conflict.
I'm trying.
Oh, Jeopardy music. Oh, that's long.
Jeopardy it is. Music. It's
just spit it out, brother. So,
just because a person is hiding something doesn't mean that they are hiding it from you.
Okay.
They just don't want you to see it. That makes sense?
No, go. Tell us what you mean.
I am an alcoholic.
Oh.
Or if I have a gambling addiction, or if I have a porn addiction, it's on my phone. All that, right? All that information. Not just that, but it could be anything.
You're alcoholic.
I don't want
on your phone, but okay.
The fact that I'm looking at the closest liquor stores. Okay. The fact that I got my screenshot is a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. I don't want you to see it. It doesn't mean I'm cheating on you. Mm-hmm. So there's, once again, a sense of privacy that I should be able to have because I believe judgment comes in. And when judgment comes in, you're starting to judge me and who I am and what I think are my shortfalls, my shortcomings, rather than where we are today. And we're open about everything. So therefore, I don't care. Right now, you can have my phone. You got my password. You got my social. Shoot, we were sharing social security numbers in the 1900s. Right. So you can have all of that. I don't have a problem because I think I have told you everything. We've shared everything. My shortcomings, my shortfalls. You can see everything in my phone.
So something you just said there, it kind of hits on the issue. Mm-hmm. You said, you didn't say this, but my first thought was like, oh, so you're hiding it, and that's why you don't want me to see it.
But not hiding it from you. But not hiding it from you.
You are.
That's an individual thing that I'm dealing with, not
you're
something
from
that
everybody, including me,
including you, but not from you directly. It's an indirect hiding, not a direct hiding.
Well, indirectly, that still would be a problem if that's the reason. If hiding is your reason.
But is it a problem to the relationship or is it a problem to that person's self-value, self-worth, self-work that person
both.
needs to do?
Both. Anybody's lack of self-work and self-worth is a problem to a relationship on anything, whatever it may be.
But it's on that person to work through that first.
True.
So it's a problem with that person first.
Yes.
They have to deal with themselves first, and then they can deal with the relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
healing.
The answer would be, if you're hiding, it's a problem. If you're just again, secrecy versus privacy.
So what's the difference in hiding and private?
I'm private just because I'm private. You just don't need to be in all my business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hiding because I just don't want you to know this about me. I don't want you to know something about me.
Right.
I
Same
don't
thing.
want
It's
this.
kind of same thing. It's
No,
kind of
it's not
similar. Or it could be similar.
Comment. Is it similar? It's not.
It could be.
Okay.
So take this.
Okay.
I don't post on social media because I don't want criticism.
Oh,
that's me hiding whatever it may be, right? You know, even doing this podcast is hard for me because of my speech impediment. I've grown through it when I was a kid, but I notice every little thing about my speech impediment. So therefore, when I'm speaking on social media, speaking on camera or anywhere, I notice it. I try to hide it from people. So it's just a self-confidence thing. Is that the same thing as hiding something from you?
No, you're going to something so different. So
if that's the reason why I'm private, because I'm saying, is it the same thing? I said private and hiding. Right. Could it not be the same thing?
No.
Okay.
No, private and hiding is.
I don't think you're hearing me.
I'm hearing you. But let's check in with the Gen Zer.
Let's go,
producer. So what was the question? Should your boo have your passwords? Should you want the boo's passwords? What's your thought on that? That's a good one. That's a good one. So
I'm gonna drink on that.
I keep forgetting Gen Z.
He's a Z.
Golly, we're X. Okay. The Gen Zer said that actively wanting the password, he said, is weird. That's the problem. But just having it because we share is different. And that's good.
That's
actively
good. That's good.
Actively wanting my password.
We need to pull a chair up.
I was going to, but you were like, I ain't finna be on camera. Actively wanting the password is more of the issue of like, why is that such an important thing for you? Right. Why do you need my password?
No, that's a good point, because I don't want your password. I don't want to check in on you.
Right.
But like you said, because you owe, there's things I need to know about you.
Right.
If anything happened, I need to be able to get access to your phone.
Like your medicine list might be in your notes or something. Anyway, so yeah, that was good one, Devin.
That's good. You don't wrap that up.
Amen. So for all these, were you finna say something?
No, I was gonna say I said wrap that up. So that's a good note. Everybody wrap it up. Wear condoms, please.
What does it have to do with this?
Has nothing to do with it. It just came to me. Wrap it up, please. I don't know who that's for.
Ooh. Well, if you listening and you was thinking about should I or shouldn't I? I guess you should. Okay. So for all the 3 points we talked about, okay, the splitting the bill on the first date, is it a problem if you don't post me? And should your boo have your password? Let us know what y'all think. Like down there, wherever you're looking. Well, no, if you're watching this, then you on YouTube. If you're watching this, please post a comment and let us know. If you're listening to a clip on social media, let us know. What are your thoughts? Anything else before I close this out? Because I'm like, Devin kind of ended that pretty good.
He just shocked me.
All right.
I'm like, mind blown.
All right. So, if you comment.
You know what? Sometimes your child will surprise you.
Yeah.
But then that's just a pat on my back on how good I did as a father. Y'all just go ahead. Thank you.
So if you do comment anywhere, we may discuss your comment on the next podcast. We may discuss it because I think that'll be good to bring y'all in, right, with your comments. So comment, please. Let us know what you think. Follow us. If you aren't already following us, please follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Where am I missing?
YouTube.
Oh, and YouTube at Crushing with the Fosters. Follow us so you can keep up with us and see what's going on. Thank y'all for listening. Come back next time. We'll have another discussion for you. And come on, cheers it. And you know what I'm finna say?
Go Cowboys.
Love y'all.
Oh.